While I was on campus at the University of Arizona, I was invited to serve on the governor's Invasive Species Task Force. I served from the time the task force was created in 2005 until it was disbanded in 2007. I don't think we solved the myriad problems associated with non-Indigenous species, including problems specific to Arizona. Rather, I believe the task force was dissolved for the same reason it was created: politics. What to call non-Indigenous species has long been a topic of debate and disagreement. When I was on campus in Tucson, Arizona, the species that were new to an area were called invasive species, even if they weren't particularly invasive. They were called non-native, which comes closer than invasive to describing these species. The general scientific consensus is that non-Indigenous is the best descriptor. However, some of my colleagues prefer any term that makes the species sound disruptive, which is why invasive and noxious are often included in the list of descriptors for non-Indigenous species. These species have cost billions of dollars through the destruction of habitat for native species and also more directly. For example, non-Indigenous species such as zebra mussels clog water intake pipes and therefore must be removed. The process of removing zebra mussels is expensive. Zebra mussels are very small, and they are filter feeders that can accumulate pollutants in their tissues. As a result, they cannot be safely eaten. From the cool down on May 8, 2025, comes a story about the silver-cheeked toadfish, a species native to the Indo-Pacific. The article is headlined, "Scientists Issue Urgent Warning After Invasive Creature Reached Unexpected Coastline. Here's what they found." The subhead, quote, "This kind of early detection has helped slow the spread of invasive species like lionfish in other regions," end quote. The initial paragraph provides a good overview of the problem. Quote, "A strange and dangerous pufferfish species was recently spotted in Croatia's Bay of Medulin, as reported by Pensoft. This unexpected visitor is the silver-cheeked toadfish, and its arrival marks the northernmost sighting ever recorded in the Mediterranean. It signals an unsettling shift that experts say should concern everyone, from local fishers to seafood lovers," end quote. I'm not a local fisher in the Mediterranean region, but I consume plenty of seafood. The silver-cheeked toadfish entered the Mediterranean through the Suez Canal, a process scientists call Lessepian migration. The term Lessepian is derived from Ferdinand de Lesseps, who designed the Suez Canal and then led the team that built the Suez Canal, thus linking the Red Sea with the Mediterranean. The final 3 paragraphs in a subsection titled "What Happened" provide a compelling summary of this rapidly developing situation. Quote, "Since first appearing in the region in 2003, the silver-cheeked toadfish has spread quickly, and now, for the first time, it has reached northern Adriatic waters. In May 2024, researchers recorded the species for the first time in the northern Adriatic Sea. The fish measured over 50 centimeters and carried tetrodotoxin, a deadly neurotoxin. With sharp, beak-like jaws strong enough to bite through fishing lines and even fingers, the toadfish is as dangerous as it is destructive. This invasive species is already making life harder for small-scale fishers by damaging nets, stealing bait, and eating up native marine life such as clams and sea urchins," end quote. If you're not yet convinced that this is a serious problem, the next subsection is titled, "Why is the discovery concerning?" I will read all 5 paragraphs within this subsection. Quote, "The fish's northward spread highlights how climate change and ecological imbalance are reshaping marine life. Warmer waters and fewer predators are creating the perfect conditions for this invader to thrive. That puts local species, already stressed by pollution and overfishing, in an even tighter spot. When an aggressive invader like this takes over, it disrupts food chains and places more pressure on struggling ecosystems. Coastal communities that rely on fishing and tourism are especially vulnerable, facing reduced catches and increased gear damage. With few known predators in the Mediterranean, only juvenile fish and loggerhead turtles have been observed feeding on them. The population of silver-cheeked toadfish is likely to keep growing until action is taken." End quote. The final subsection of the story in the cool down is titled, quote, "What's being done about the silver-cheeked toadfish?" End quote. In 4 short paragraphs, remedial actions are described. Quote, "Luckily, steps are being taken. Marine experts recommend improving monitoring and reporting systems so communities can respond faster to sightings. This kind of early detection has helped slow the spread of invasive species such as lionfish in other regions. In places battling sea urchin and European green crab invasions, tactics like predator reintroductions and habitat restoration have helped restore ecological balance. People can also play a role by participating in removal efforts and eating invasive species. The right tools and teamwork could turn this warning sign into a success story for the Mediterranean's future." End quote. In my experience, the steps that are being taken are inadequate. Monitoring the spread of non-Indigenous species requires a lot of money. Documenting and battling invasions has proven difficult. Eating individuals of these rapidly spreading species is a fine idea for the species that are tasty and easily captured. That still leaves a lot of individuals beyond our grasp.